Virgo risings. May doesn't feel chaotic. It feels off. Not in a dramatic way where everything is falling apart, but in a quiet, persistent way where you keep noticing something about this isn't right. It's in your thoughts, it's in your routines, it's in the way you're moving through your life day to day. And you might try to brush it off at first. Keep yourself busy, stay productive, focus on what needs to get done, but then it doesn't go away. Because this month isn't about fixing things on the surface. It's about being honest about what's actually not working underneath. I feel like I need something. You tried to fight, but you my brain is racing for my heart is racing for clarity. Now, before we go deeper, my name is Santana, better known as Aubrey when I'm doing more spiritual and astrology content. And I'm here to align you to your highest self, your highest timeline, and your highest potential using astrology and intuitive insight. And I need you to understand something clearly. This reading is based on your rising sign because your rising sign determines your houses. And that's how these transits actually show up in your real life. So this is most accurate for Virgo rising. If you're watching for your sun or moon, you can still listen. But just know that it's not going to hit as specifically as your rising, okay? So in this reading, it's general. But if you want your exact timing, your exact situation, your specific outcome, then you're going to want to book a reading on thealigningsouls.com because that's where we get into you. Now, kicking off the month of May, we have the full moon in Scorpio in your third house, right? So the month is opening up your mind. Not emotionally overwhelming, but mentally intense. This full moon lands in your third house and something clicks. You might be in the middle of a conversation or hear something small or just be sitting there thinking and suddenly you realize, oh, and it's not loud. It's not dramatic. It's not any of that, but it's clear. And this is where you start noticing your patterns, not other people, but yours. You might catch yourself thinking, why do I always do this? Why do I always assume this? Why do I always respond like that? Why do I keep ending up in the same type of situation? And that's the moment because this full moon is not exposing the situation. It's exposing the way that you've been thinking about the situation. So you start realizing your mindset has been shaping your reality more than you thought. The way you process things is keeping certain patterns alive. And Virgo, that's uncomfortable because you pride yourself on being logical, on being aware, on being on top of it. Okay, so now you're seeing the blind spot. Moving on to May 2nd, we have the Mercury that's entering Taurus in your ninth house. And so right after that realization, your perspective starts stretching. Mercury moves into your ninth house, and now you're not just thinking small, you're zoning out. Okay, you're zooming out. You start asking bigger questions. Is this the life that I actually want? Why do I keep limiting myself like this? Where did this belief even come from? This is where you start questioning your mindset, your beliefs, your approach to life, and it doesn't feel comfortable because you're used to having answers. You're used to being certain. But this is expansion. And expansion requires you to admit, maybe I haven't been seeing this correctly. Now, on May 6th, Pluto retrograde in your sixth house. This is going to bring life to your day-to-day reality, right? Pluto is going to go retrograde in your sixth house, and now your routine starts to feel heavy. You wake up, and the same routine that used to feel productive now feels draining. You might notice that you're tired in ways you can't explain. Your work feels repetitive or unfulfilling. Your habits are not supporting the life that you want. And then the realization hits. This system I built for myself is not working anymore. And that's hard for Virgo risings because you like systems, you like structure, you like having things under control. But now your system is exposing its flaws. And so this isn't about throwing everything away. It's about fixing what's actually broken, not pretending that it's fine. So on May 16th, we have the new moon in Taurus in your ninth house. And this is where the shift happens quietly, internally. This new moon lands in your ninth house and you make a decision, not out loud, not for everybody else to see, but internally you decide, I'm not thinking like that anymore. So this could look like letting go of limiting beliefs, choosing a new perspective, deciding to expand instead of restrict. And that changes everything because Virgo, once your mindset shifts, your actions follow, your habits follow, your life follows. And so May 17th and the 20th, Gemini is going to activate your 10th house of career. And now your attention moves to your future. Your 10th house activates, and suddenly you start thinking about your life direction, your career, your purpose, right? You start thinking about that differently. You might be at work or thinking about your career, and suddenly you're like, fuck this. I need more than this, right? Not in a dramatic quit everything type of way, but in a grounded, honest way. You start seeing what you've outgrown, what you actually want, what direction makes sense for you now. And this is where clarity begins. On May 18th, Mars enters Taurus in your 9th house. Now, that mindset shift becomes action because you're not just thinking differently anymore. You're moving differently. This could look like making a bold decision, stepping out of your comfort zone, committing to a new path. And it doesn't feel reckless. It feels intentional, grounded. It feels right. Also on May 18th, we have Venus entering Cancer in your 11th house. And so emotionally, you start craving better connections. You look around your circle and you start asking, do these people actually support who I'm becoming? Because the 11th house is all about your social network, the friends that are around you, where your life is headed. And so you might start to pull back from certain friendships. Maybe you gravitate towards people who feel more aligned. Maybe you want more deeper, genuine connections because now your energy is shifting and not everybody can come with you. And lastly, on May 31st, full moon in Sagittarius in your 4th house of home. So by the end of the month, you come back to yourself. This full moon is going to hit your 4th house, and this is emotional grounding. Now, you might feel a sense of clarity about your home life, maybe release emotional weight, feel more stable eternally. This is where everything starts to settle. Not perfectly, but honestly. So your final message is this: be fair. Virgo rising, that is literally the entire lesson of the month. This is about truth. This is about accountability. This is about balance and not just pointing the finger at everybody else. No, this is you asking yourself, am I being real about this? Am I seeing this clearly? Am I taking accountability where I need to? Because fairness is not just about what others did. It's about what you allowed, what you ignored, what you justified. And so this month is asking you to stop doing that. Not to judge yourself, but to correct yourself. Because once you're honest, everything becomes easier to fix. So listen, if you're listening to this and you're like, yeah, this is hitting, but I still don't know what to do next, that's because this is general. This is for all Virgo risings, but your life, your chart, your timing, your decisions, that's specific. So if you're serious about getting clarity, making the right moves, and actually aligning your life, book your reading on thealigningsouls.com. Because watching readings is one thing, but living in alignment is another.
Tell me what you wanna be. Tell me what you wanna see now. I need us to set me free. Is it them or is it me? I feel like I need something to be. You tried to fight, but you